Merry Christmas, everybody. So, every year, this is the fifth year, I have been doing a Christmas message. Um, my story with Jesus Christ, I have talked about it before. You can check out the messages. This year's message is something that we have heard many times throughout the last year and perhaps even during the post COVID inflation. And that is Matthew's chapter 25, stanzas 35 through 40. And Jesus said, "For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me." Then the righteous will answer, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you?" The king will reply, "Truly, I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." And I would like to read you what I just read was the New International Version. And in the older version, one of the older versions, the King James Version that was quite popular, and that's what Catholics used when I went to Catholic school. Stanza 40 says, "And the king will answer and say to them, Assuredly I say to you, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of these my brethren, you did it to me." And the distinction here is how the New International Version says brothers and sisters, as opposed to brethren in the King James Bible. And I wanted to read these two versions of the Bible to you to show you that even organized faith and the different denominations of Christianity, when it adheres to the teachings of Jesus Christ, move, albeit at tortoise pace, to become more inclusive with time. And even with the Catholic sect, we have seen Pope Francis and now Pope Leo being far more liberal with their approach of Christ's teachings. Because Jesus is all about inclusion. Jesus is about compassion. Jesus is about boundless love and unity for humanity. No denomination has dominion over the teachings of Christ. No gender is greater than the other in Jesus' eyes. No faith is lesser or greater. Seeing this unity at the heart of Christ's message to us comes with time. We grow with time. Our hearts grow with time. And now it is time for those of us who claim to follow Jesus' way to remember his teachings and live by them. Not because we want a Christian nation, quite the opposite. Because we want a prosperous, generous, inclusive, and progressive nation. Christ's values can and should shape the deeds of all who follow his way. But that does not mean that other faiths are less. It does not mean Christianity should be part of government. In fact, Jesus doesn't speak of preference to a faith or government. He talks about being the way to living a right and good life, to get to God, to get closer to heaven. Remember, Christianity grew out of Jesus' teachings, not the other way around. It is Jesus' words and actions that form the foundations of Christian understanding of the world. And Jesus teaches us to open our hearts to others. Jesus commands us to wrap this world with our love, our compassion, and most of all, our deeds. It is incumbent upon all who follow Christ's teachings to not glorify faith, but to meekly let our deeds speak for our faith. It isn't for us to tell others how to live their lives. It is for us to show others how we live ours by following Jesus' words and actions. May our deeds always consider the greater good. May we lend a hand whenever and however we can. May this coming year be one where humanity rises up to uphold basic decency and the common good. May we all raise our voices to stop the starvation of children all around the world. May we draw attention to the plight of so many suffering from preventable illnesses. May we shed light and accept our collective responsibilities to care for those in need. May we push for equality among all. May we dispel the fears people have about one another. May we take a leap when Jesus teaches us we should, like when we invite strangers in instead of shunning them away, where we care for those in need, not say it is somebody else's job. If the job is before us, it is our job and our responsibility. Jesus, above all, wants us to live a good and fulfilling life. And nothing is more fulfilling than helping others and seeing others thrive. Let us do what Jesus would do. May we live by his words and open our hearts. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and season's greetings to every single one of you. In the description box of this episode, you'll find food bank resources where you can donate or get any help that you may need in the holiday season. Food banks and food kitchens are one of the best ways to support your community. If you can't afford to give money, then you can always volunteer your time with these organizations. And especially in times like now, where the future looks unstable, it is incumbent upon all of us that we come together and help each other in any way we can. So if you have any resources that you'd like to share, like links to food banks in your area, please leave them in the comment section and I'll be sure to add it to my resources list as well. With that said, thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.